Experts recommend that 40-year-olds should have at least 3 times their salary in savings. But what if you don't have any savings or investments? How would you survive if you lost your job tomorrow? How would you even pay your bills, your rent, and your debts? You might think that this is a hypothetical scenario, but it really isn't. It's the reality of millions of people, and it could easily happen to you too. Now, you might be in this position because of bad financial behaviors, or simply because you weren't taught how to take control of your finances. In this video, you'll learn how to improve your financial behavior, how to build a strong financial base, and how to start building wealth. Don't wait until it's too late. Watch this video now and start taking control of your finances and save yourself from financial disaster. Let's get into it. Before anything, we need to change the way you think and feel about money. Otherwise, you're going to keep making the same mistakes. So step number 1 is to identify and overcome some of your harmful financial behaviors and develop a more constructive and optimistic mindset around money. So let's begin with identifying and addressing some of these behaviors. You need to break free from the cycle of buying things that you don't need. This is the number one reason why a lot of people struggle to save money and build wealth. Your shopping addiction is preventing you from achieving your financial goals, such as buying a house, saving for retirement, or traveling the world. You need to stop wasting your money on things that will only collect dust or just clutter your space. Like any other habit, you can unlearn this behavior and replace it with a better one. And here's how you could do that. First, identify what triggers your shopping habits. Is it boredom, stress, loneliness, or something else? Once you know the root cause of your problem, you can find a healthier way to deal with it. For example, if you shop when you're stressed, then try exercising, meditating, or talking to a friend. Second, replace your shopping habit with a saving habit. Every time you feel the urge to buy something that you don't need, resist that and put that money in a savings account instead. Third, use small steps and gradual changes to make your new habits stick. Don't try to change everything all at once, because this is going to be really overwhelming and quite discouraging. Start by saving a small amount every week, and then gradually increase that amount as you get used to saving. And finally, get professional help if you really need it, because if your shopping addiction is too severe or affecting other aspects of your life, you may need to seek therapy or some counseling. It's time to leave your shopping addiction behind and embrace a new mindset around money. You have the power to change your life for the better. Don't let your money control you. Take control of your money. Living below your means is one of the best ways to live if you want to get rich. There's a famous Swedish proverb that says, "He who buys what he does not need steals from himself." This means that buying unnecessary things is harmful to your financial well-being and your future plans. And here is why. Firstly, living below your means allows you to save more money for your goals, such as retirement, education, or travel. Secondly, living below your means reduces your stress and anxiety levels, as you don't have to worry about paying off high interest debts, making ends meet, or living paycheck to paycheck. Living below your means can also improve your mental health and well-being. A study found that debt is associated with higher levels of depression and anxiety, so don't let that happen to you. Thirdly, living below your means helps you achieve financial freedom and independence, as you have more control over your money and your choices. It can help you develop good financial habits such as budgeting, tracking your spending, and investing wisely. A report showed that 78% of millionaires live well below their means, and they attribute their success to their frugal lifestyle, and you can be one of them. Don't be consumed by material things, and try to be a bit more frugal and wise with your money. Only buy things that add value to your life, and don't fall into the trap of trying to keep up with others who have more than you. Everyone's on their own unique journey, and some people are going to be ahead of you, and that's okay. You need to focus on your own life, your own journey, and think about how to make the best of what you have. As long as your needs are met, that's all you ever need. Everything else is just an added bonus. After overcoming these harmful financial behaviors, you can now move on to step number 2, which is to build a strong financial base. There are 4 pillars to building a strong financial base. The first pillar is understanding your cash flow. This means knowing how much money comes in and goes out of your bank account every month. By doing this, you see how much money you earn, you spend, save, and invest, and then you can identify any gaps or problems. For instance, if you find that your income is too low and you struggle to pay your bills, then you may need some financial assistance. In that case, you should check out the government website and apply for any universal credit or benefits that you qualify for. You might be entitled to thousands of pounds or dollars that you're not aware of. This can help you improve your financial situation and reduce your stress. According to a report, 8 million people in the UK are missing out on 15 billion pounds in benefits. The second pillar is to create a budget that works for you. One of the most common mistakes that people make is not setting clear and realistic financial goals. For example, you may want to save for a house, a vacation, or retirement. Having goals give you something to work towards, and it motivates you to stick to your budget. According to a study, people who set specific and challenging goals are 90% more likely to achieve them than those who don't. So to create a budget, firstly, list all your expenses and categorize them. For example, you can divide your expenses into fixed, variable, and discretionary. Fixed expenses are the ones that stay the same every month, such as rent, mortgage, or insurance. Variable expenses are the ones that change every month, such as your utilities, groceries, or gas. And discretionary expenses are the ones that are optional, such as entertainment, dining out, or shopping. Secondly, rate each expense from 1 to 10 based on how necessary it is. For example, your rent may be a 10, while Netflix might be a 5. And then ask yourself, are there ways that you can reduce or eliminate some of your expenses? For example, you can switch to a cheaper phone plan, cancel some of your subscriptions, or cook more at home. This will help you free up some money for your savings and your investments. And finally, give yourself a realistic savings goal that you can work with and gradually increase this amount as you slash your expenses. To make this step even easier for you, I've actually created a budget planner which gives you all the possible expenses and their categories. You can download this for free from the link below. I also made a video on how to use it and you can watch it up there. I'll link it there somewhere, and I hope you find it helpful. The third pillar is creating a debt repayment strategy. Start by listing all your debts, including the amount, interest rate, and minimum payment. Then prioritize your debts based on their importance and urgency. Your mortgage and student loan are fine. You can leave them till later on. This is specifically to target other high interest debt that you might have accumulated. You can use either of these methods on the screen. The first method is the snowball method, which is to pay off the smallest balances first and then move on to the next, and then so on and so forth. This helps you build momentum and is very motivating as you see your debts disappear one by one. The alternative to that is the avalanche method, which is paying off the high interest rate debts, then moving on to the next highest, and so on and so forth. This can help you save money on interest and pay off your debts faster. The general rule of thumb is to prioritize your high interest debt repayments over savings and investing. So the sooner you can eliminate these debts, the sooner you'll have extra funds that you can put towards your savings and your investments. To pay off these debts even faster, you might have to go and get a second job or sell any old thing that you don't use, so you can turn your unwanted stuff into cash. Once you pay off those debts, you've now freed up all those payments, which brings us to the next pillar, and that is to build up an emergency fund, also known as a rainy day fund, because guess what? It is going to rain once in a while. There are pandemics and recessions at every corner, and you need to be ready when things like that happen. According to a survey, 40% of Americans would struggle to cover a $400 emergency, and 25% of Brits have less than £500 saved for emergencies. Don't let that be you. You need to have an emergency fund to cover at least 3 to 6 months of your living expenses. You should calculate your monthly expenses and multiply it by 3 or 6 to get your target amount. And you should save a portion of your income every month in a separate high yield savings account. Once you've built your financial base, you're now at ground zero. At this point, you should have some cash freed up since you've already dealt with your high interest debts. You've sold a bunch of old things and now you have a budget, which means you're ready to move on to step number 3, which is to start building wealth. The first thing you need to start building wealth is a strategy to reduce the amount of tax you pay by taking advantage of deductions, credits, and other benefits to keep more of your hard-earned money and grow your wealth over time. Some of the ways that you can save money on a tax plan are by contributing to retirement accounts such as 401k or an IRA and pension contributions, or by claiming credit that you might be entitled to, or by taking away expenses related to your work, education, health, or charity from your income, and by choosing the right filing status and tax brackets for your income level. I actually made a video about the many ways in which you can pay less tax to keep more of your money. You can check it out later if you like. I'll link it somewhere on the screen. And just remember that having a good tax plan could save you thousands over time, so it's worth investing some time and effort into it. The next thing you need to do to build wealth is start investing. Leaving your money in the bank is a really bad idea because your money loses its purchasing power due to inflation, which means your money will buy less in the future than it does today. The average annual inflation rate in the UK is about 2%, which means that £100 today will be worth only £98 next year. And to beat inflation and grow your wealth, you need to start investing your money in assets that have the potential to generate higher returns than the inflation rate. There are many types of investments such as stocks, bonds, funds, property, gold, etc. The average annual return of FTSE 100 index is about 7%. This means that £100 invested in the FTSE 100 today could be worth £107 next year. And to get started with investing, first set yourself some investment goals. Second, use a low-fee trading platform such as Vanguard, Trading 212, eToro, Webull, or Robinhood to buy and sell assets. Third, find assets that you want to invest in by researching the market, reading financial news, or consulting a financial advisor. And finally, you should diversify your investments. You can invest in low-cost index funds or exchange-traded funds, ETFs. If you're interested in learning more about investing, then I'm currently working on a video that covers the basics of investing and how to get started. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and keep an eye out for that video. Now you have all the knowledge that you need to get started and take control of your finances, but knowledge is useless without action. You need to act now before it's too late and get yourself to that level where you have good financial habits, a strong financial base, a good amount of savings, and some smart investments to really secure your future. Remember, habits can change and you can change your whole situation. It just requires a little bit of effort on your part. Just follow the steps that I've shared with you in this video and you should be all right. I hope you found this video valuable and helpful. If you did, please smash that like button, leave a comment and share it with your friends, all for the algorithm. And make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thank you for watching and I'll catch you in the next video.